I'm sitting in front of their background for a change. This lighting is just so bad. We're gonna do it that way. Hi, you guys. Welcome to another edition of not Dishin Days of the Daytime Today show here on JLJ Media. I'm James Lott Jr., and I want to mention this show because it's very significant, not just in my life, but the lives of many Days of Our Lives and so fans. It's the 10th anniversary of Dishin Days. Those of you who may not know this, February 8th, 2015, the show debuted on AfterBuzz TV as a Days of Our Lives after show. And it was started with three dudes, as they put it: founder, creator, Tony Moore, Mark J. Freeman, and Peter Ramos. They went on the air on YouTube as the Days of Our Lives after show and talked about Days of Our Lives. And this weekend they celebrated 10 years. One of the pictures that I show on here, will be showing on here, is from behind the scenes when I was there. The thumbnail too is also behind the scenes when I was there, because they actually invited former co-hosts to come back. You see, which Tony usually does, and myself and Tammy Govea, who you know on my channel from the Y&R and Bobby Wing Spotlights, we were able to make it. Others couldn't make it, but we were able to make it, and we were there and enjoyed talking about Days of Our Lives, the week that was, and then our feelings about the different times over the years. I officially was only on the show a year, but obviously I've made a big impact, and I always say if it wasn't for Tony, I would not be in this part of the industry of hosting video content. Just wouldn't be. It's that simple. So I give my thanks and gratitude to him. Some of you may not know, so if some of you guys may not even know this. So Dishin Days is a show about Days of Our Lives. They do the same things I do on GH, Y&R, and Bold on this channel. They do there, and I always say them on my church announcements every Sunday. You may hear me say, and then go to our sister channel, my chocolate twin, Tony Moore. And Tony, same thing, says on his channel, check out JLG Media. We do it because even though we're not on AfterBuzz TV anymore, we used to be four shows on AfterBuzz TV. We still consider ourselves sister shows, and you can watch all four of us the way we air. That was kind of done. I did that on purpose. He had his time period. I did the times to make sure that nothing overlapped. Occasionally GH overlaps because me and Frank talk a lot. But we try to keep it so that it just kind of rolls across. Why I feel Dishin Days is very important in this industry is because it came out before the after show, before all the other after shows started coming out. Again, there are people talking about soaps on blogs, television sites, and comments on Facebook pages, Reddit. They were talking about soaps here and there. Then there were folks who would just give their opinion on social media. And there are a few folks out there who would either cover all the soaps at the time on an audio podcast, give their thoughts. But Dishin Days, or the Days of Lives After Show, was one of the first to actually have the guests on the show and be done in a studio format, which I got to copy also for a GH report, which I created in the Y&R Spotlight and all those. Others just sit at home or whatever and do their shows. But we actually were in a studio backed by a network. And we were one of the few shows to actually work with the network to get guests. Not everybody gets guests on their shows. And also Dishin Days started the policy, which was an AfterBuzz policy, to not talk shit about the stars. We don't do that. You can say things in a respectful manner, of course, but we also were not the one. We did not spread gossip and rumors. We try to make sure everything any news we told was actually, verified. I'm sorry, verified. It was very much a policy at AfterBuzz TV that we still carry on to this day. I know others sometimes they'll do spoilers. Like we don't do that. We don't do spoilers either. Our site doesn't do that either, and neither did Dishin Days. And that was all started by the format that Tony started, that he actually had to modify, because at AfterBuzz TV, their model was friends get together to talk about their favorite shows. Friends get together to talk about their favorite movies. Friends get together to talk about their favorite books. So most of the time, it was just one episode shows, maybe two here and there. But soaps are 5 days a week. So Tony had to modify that to make it work for 5 days a week. And he did. And I followed his suit. Um, but Dishin Days was a show that came out, worked with NBC when it was on ABC, and now it's from Peacock, and try to get you guests. We're invited to different events. Um, got to the Emmys. We really got us all into the Emmys and Day of Days, to where Tony now is hosting Day of Days. I guess it's third year in a row. Like, how's that happening? Tony was on Beyond Salem, the spinoff show, as Terrence. Um, but many of us got in through that and got our careers. I mean, I got mine, Tammy got hers, and a few others. We all got in there. And so for me, I'm going to talk more later this week when it's my 10-year anniversary as a host. I'll do a separate show and talk more about that. But I just want to say what Dishin Days was really good about coming in, being mostly positive, and a positive force. They were, and also we were very mindful on what we put out, content we put out there. We understand all of you out there you like all the different types of content out there. And Dishin Days started from scratch. We started from scratch. And we gained an audience. And we have a loyal audience. They have a loyal audience. It's been going on for 10 years. And there are people who've watched from the very beginning. But I just want to mention the style, and why the style is so important. They have segments. There's no other show that really has segments out there. Not even me anymore. I used to have segments. I stopped doing them. They have segments. The 3 Snaps Award. I used to have Look Who's Related, my very popular segment. We used to have Quote of the Week. It's a GIF, fashion segments. There's all kinds of segments on there. Again, that's very rare that they do that. And now they're doing original content. So it's a groundbreaking show that deserves recognition for all the guests they've had on there, the events they've covered, everything. And again, from scratch. And after a pandemic, when the pandemic hit, after TV shut down, they decided to continue it. And they have on their own through Zoom, StreamYard, other platforms, and they keep it going. So we had a good time. Tammy and I sat on the couch, and they were in the main seating, and we had a great time and reminiscing at the end about the past, and then just recapping the show. And I'll tell you, being live in the studio again was a lot of fun. And we shout out to Mastermind Media and other ex-AfterBuzzer, Mark Rodriguez. It was his idea to put this studio together here in Los Angeles, and it was a great space. Again, they're called Mastermind Media. That's MYND, Mastermind. Check them out. They're good too. But it was fun. The energy's different when you're in the same room. It's a shame we can't do it every week, just because it's just not we don't make enough money to do that. But one day, you never know. One day, I don't know. But it was fun seeing for me. It was fun seeing Tammy in person, because we see each other every week on the show, and it's next to see Tony. I talk to him every day, so it was just a lot of fun. And it's different kind of energy when you're in a room together and you're getting heated and having fun and feeding off each other's energy. So it was great. It was a fun day. They had a party afterwards. Mark J. Freeman showed up for that. So you go on their page, Dishin Days anyway, and check them out. I'm sure they posted pictures. I posted a few things also. They had a big party after that and had a good time. And it's just been this wonderful experience. For me, Dishin Days got me to meet Christian Alfonso, my favorite actress in daytime. It was 38 years in the making, and it was one of my glorious moments of my life. So to me, they'll be cemented in my life forever because of that. So it's kind of fun. But there are a lot of shows out there, newer that have come since then. Dishin Days is not the only Days show out there. I'm sure there's probably others. People talk about Days, have a good time. But I'm going to say it's one of the premiere shows that talks about Days or lives. And I think if you haven't checked it out, you should check it out. If this is your first time hearing about it, check it out. They have a channel on YouTube, Dishin Days. They're on audio too. Just go where your favorite podcast stations are and follow them. And it's happy 10th anniversary, and especially to Tony, who's been there the whole 10 years, who created the show, came up with the concept. Congratulations on a very successful show. You should be very proud of yourself. Folks, it's Daytime Today. I'm James L. Jr. at JLJ Media, and I'll see you next time.